Deep in the heart of a dense jungle, there lived a clever monkey named Milo. Milo was known throughout the jungle for his quick thinking and problem-solving skills. Whether it was finding food, escaping danger, or outwitting other animals, Milo always seemed to come out on top, thanks to his sharp mind. He lived happily swinging from tree to tree, playing and enjoying the freedom of the wild. One bright morning, as Milo was perched high in a tree, munching on a juicy mango, he heard a rustling noise from the bushes below. Peeking through the leaves, he spotted a group of hunters creeping through the jungle. They carried ropes, cages, and nets, tools to capture the animals of the jungle. Milo's heart raced. He had heard of the hunters from other animals, but this was the first time he had seen them so close to his home. "They're going to capture us," Milo thought, worried not just for himself but for the other animals too. "I need to warn everyone." Milo quickly swung through the trees, alerting the animals he passed. "I need to warn everyone." Milo quickly swung through the trees, alerting the animals he passed. The birds flew away to safety, the deer sprinted deeper into the forest, and even the smallest creatures scurried to hide. But as Milo rushed to escape, he misjudged his leap and ended up tangled in a vine. Before he could free himself, the hunters spotted him. "There's a monkey. Quick, get the net," one of the hunters shouted. Milo tried to wriggle out of the vine, but it was too late. The hunters threw a net over him and secured him tightly. They chuckled to themselves, pleased with their catch, and put Milo in a large wooden cage. "Looks like you're coming with us, little monkey," one of them said, as they began their trek back to their camp. Locked inside the cage, Milo's clever mind raced. He couldn't let himself be captured and taken away from his beloved jungle. He looked around the cage, thick wooden bars and a strong lock. But then an idea sparked in his head. As the hunters walked through the jungle, Milo began to chatter loudly, making strange noises and banging on the bars of the cage. "Look at that! The monkey's going wild," one of the hunters said, laughing. "Maybe he's scared." But Milo wasn't scared. He had a plan. The hunters, annoyed by the constant noise, decided to take a break. They set the cage down and moved a few steps away to rest in the shade. Milo knew this was his chance. He began chattering even louder, jumping around inside the cage. Pretending to act crazier, he reached for the lock on the cage door and started fidgeting with it. "What's wrong with that monkey?" one hunter asked, stepping closer to the cage to check on Milo. Milo stopped and stared at the hunter, his innocent brown eyes blinking rapidly. The hunter, thinking the monkey had finally calmed down, came even closer, kneeling down to get a better look. As soon as the hunter got close enough, Milo suddenly reached through the bars and snatched the keyring hanging from the hunter's belt. The hunter, surprised, tried to grab the keys back, but Milo was too fast. In one swift motion, Milo unlocked the cage door from the inside and pushed it open. Before the hunters could react, Milo jumped out and darted up into the trees. "Hey, get that monkey!" the hunters shouted, but it was too late. Milo was already swinging from branch to branch, making his escape. The hunters tried to chase him, but Milo's knowledge of the jungle gave him the upper hand. He led them deeper and deeper into the thickest parts of the forest, where the trees were too tall and the paths were too tangled for the hunters to follow. Milo, watching from a safe distance high in the trees, couldn't help but chuckle to himself. The hunters were now trapped in the jungle's maze, just as they had tried to trap him. After several hours, the frustrated hunters gave up and left the jungle empty-handed. Once they were gone, Milo returned to the heart of the jungle, where the other animals gathered around him. "How did you escape?" Milo asked a curious deer. "With my wits, of course," Milo said, smiling. When facing a challenge, it's not always about strength or speed. Sometimes the smartest way out is to outthink your opponent. The animals cheered, and Milo became a hero in the jungle. From that day on, whenever trouble arose, the animals turned to Milo, knowing that his clever mind could outsmart any challenge. In the face of challenges, quick thinking and cleverness can often help you find a way out. It's not always about strength or power. Sometimes the best tool is your mind.